making Egg Foo Young here at the Young's house, and I am so excited to show you how to make delicious Egg Foo Young at home. You don't have to go out to the local restaurant anymore and buy it, because I'm going to show you the recipe you're going to want and need. Here's what you're going to need. Have you ever tasted it? I want to hear from everybody. Have you ever tasted it? If not, you are in for a treat. I got a whole bunch of eggs here, okay? Nice, fresh, large eggs. And then I have the frozen vegetables. These frozen vegetables have the peas, the carrots, and the corn and green beans in it. Okay, I don't suggest you use the vegetables that has like the broccoli and cauliflower. It's just not going to go for this recipe. If you're able to find fresh bean sprouts, not the kind that comes in a can, but the fresh kind that come in a bag in your produce section, use those because they're delicious in Egg Foo Young. Okay, so now you're going to need you some broth. It doesn't matter what kind of broth. If you're using vegetable broth, turkey broth, chicken broth, beef broth, any of them will do. Okay, so I got chicken broth here. We're going to be needing some cornstarch because we're going to pair this up with our chicken broth to make a lovely gravy that's finger looking good. And of course, when you have Egg Foo Young, you're definitely serving it with your favorite rice. Whether you're serving it with brown rice, white rice, or quinoa, any of those will do. So now in my pan here, I have some vegetable oil, but really I'm hoping that the camera can really show you it's not a whole lot. But you need enough to coat the bottom of the pan so we can fry up our Egg Foo Youngs. Now, I got some spices you're going to want to use because we got to make it taste good. I have chicken bouillon powder, and we're going to be using that, a little tiny bit of that in our Egg Foo Young. And we're also going to use this in our gravy to give that gravy the taste that I'm looking for, okay? We got salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder, and we got some parsley flakes. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make delicious Egg Foo Young, Gina Young style. I hope y'all are having a great day today, and if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this here recipe. The thing I'm going to do is let's talk about the possibilities of putting meat or seafood in your Egg Foo Young. Absolutely you can. Listen, if you're the person that loves shrimp, cook you up some shrimp before you begin to make this. And then you'll add it into the recipe, and I'll tell you the perfect time to add it in, right? You just wouldn't want to put it into the recipe raw. You don't want to do that, right? If you got some leftover pork or pork chops, chop it up and add it into this recipe. Chicken, canned chicken, like have fun, experiment with the flavors, and you can make the perfect Egg Foo Young versus going out to your restaurant. The first things that I want to do is let's go ahead and get started chopping up our sweet Vidalia onion. I'm not using a whole bunch, right? Just, this is a huge onion, but just a little bit will do the trick. Now listen to me, here's the thing. I've tried making Egg Foo Young and putting the onions in it raw, but the short amount of time that it really takes for the Egg Foo Young to cook, your onions would never be done. So if you want a nice, sweet, sauteed flavor, and you do, trust me, you do, you're going to saute these ahead of time. So let's go ahead and break this down. We're going to put it into a little pan behind us with a little bit of butter or cooking oil and get them nice and sauteed. Bring out the sweetness in this onion, and then we'll cool them down before we add them to our, our raw egg mixture, okay? So let's chop them down. This is what we're having today here at the Young's house for dinner, and my family is all excited. When I tell you they go ham on this recipe, you will too. And they especially love when I'm adding meat to it. Or, like I'm doing today, just a vegetable Egg Foo Young. Super delicious, easy to make. And by far, this recipe tastes better than your local Chinese restaurant. It does, because when you ask them, when you say, can you give me extra chicken, do they really do it? No, they don't do it, but when you make it at home, you can add that extra chicken. If you want it loaded with shrimp, you can do that when you're making it at home yourself. And that's why I'm giving you this easy recipe that you can experiment to. You're going to love it. Go ahead and put our sweet onion right into this pan. Got a little bit of butter in here. I'm going to turn it on medium. We'll let it cook for about 10 minutes or so. Moving a little fast today, I know. Make sure you got your pen and paper out. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start on our broth, okay? I like to get the sides done and then, work on the Egg Foo Young next. So I have a pan here. Okay, we're going to go ahead. The pan is a little warm. I'm going to use this whole 32 ounce of the chicken broth. right away we're gonna season it. Let's give it some good flavor. What you put in there is what your gravy's gonna taste like, right? Number one is gonna taste like chicken, right? Which is awesome. I'm putting some onion powder in, and on purpose, I put a nice amount in there, right? Let's put us a little bit of garlic powder. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've done this with the beef broth. You can do that too. Just give you a beef gravy flavor, okay? And I'm going in with the chicken bouillon, okay? Not too much. A little bit goes a long way. That's perfect. So what we're gonna do, and how you do this gravy, super simple. You're gonna turn around and bring this up to a boil, right? We'll do it right here. Once it comes up to a nice boil, we are then gonna add 2 tablespoons of the cornstarch, okay? We'll put it into a little ramekin. And then we'll mix in either broth or cold water in it, just a little bit. And then you pour it into your boiling liquid, and literally right before your own eyes, it thickens up within 5 minutes, and you got a magnificent gravy. This is a gravy that I make all the time here at the Young's house. Sometimes I'll just make this gravy if we're having fried chicken. So it's a gravy recipe you want to say. Go ahead and grab that 2 tablespoons. If for some reason, let's just say you use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, but it didn't thicken up for whatever reason. I don't know why it wouldn't. Just always grab you a little bit more cornstarch, mix it with the water, and for sure it will thicken up. And I have the whisk. The whisk is gonna make sure that your gravy doesn't have lumps. So once you're pouring the cornstarch and the water in, you keep on stirring. And it'll be nice, smooth, and real velvety. All right, y'all, sorry about that. I don't know if you heard my phone call. I had an important call. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add that liquid. Give this a nice stir. This is almost at a boil. My onions are sauteing up. And in the meantime, I got some water boiling, ready to take on my rice, because I gotta cook the rice, okay? So you see, it takes a little strength to get that cornstarch. You don't want it to not be fully like mixed up with this, okay? So take your time. There we go, lovely. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it right in. Let's pour it right in since we have a nice boil. It'll turn really light color in the beginning. Keep stirring like this. And it'll turn back to its original color. If you're using like a chicken or a turkey broth or even a vegetable broth, and let's just say you wanted to darken it, you can always use kitchen bouquet. Or you could use a little bit of soy sauce and it will darken it. I happen to like light gravies. So this is chicken flavor color. And I'll bring the camera close so you can see it once it thickens up. Onions right over there. And I'm gonna put 2 bags in. When I use this boil in a bag rice, let me tell you one thing about it. There are perforated holes in this bag. So when you salt the water like I did, your rice will still be able to accept that flavor. You know, somebody has said, why are you salting the water and your rice is in the bag? It still gets the flavor, trust me, because of those little holes. And guess what? All I do, I bring this up to a boil, let it cook for 11 minutes. Oh yeah, and it's perfect every time. Let me show you the gravy. It is perfect. It's not too thick. It's just lovely. I tasted it. It's got that flavor that I'm looking for. Now, once your gravy has that perfect thickness that you're looking for, go ahead and turn it off. Because believe it or not, if you continue to boil it, it will thin out again. I know, that's kind of interesting, right? It thickens up, but let's just say you kept it on forever and a day and you forgot to turn it off. It'll thin back out. You don't want that to happen, right? So now I have my onions here that have been nice and sauteed. Okay, I need to wait for them to cool down before we can put them into our mixture. But in the meantime, we need to crack some eggs. And I'm doing a lot because my family, when it comes to the Egg Foo Young patties, because it's like an omelet. But when you ask me, does it taste like an omelet? It tastes absolutely nothing like an omelet. It tastes like Egg Foo Young. So what I do is I give everybody 3 of the patties. That's why I'm using so many eggs today, okay? Because I definitely want 3. And I might want 1 in the morning. I'm not kidding. It's that good. Sure it is. Nice, fresh, beautiful eggs here. I'm going to crack them into this medium-sized bowl. The rice is going, the onions are cooling down, and the gravy is done. Okay, I've turned the gravy off. We're cracking our eggs, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn around and take this lovely vegetables, and it goes right in with these eggs. They don't really have to be thawed out. Okay, but you can thaw them out. It really doesn't make a difference, okay? Mine's are halfway thawed out. It'll be just fine. All right, I'll tell you how many eggs I got here. I never counted them. But it's not going to matter how many you use. You know, if you're doing 4 eggs, you put as much vegetables in as you want, okay? Much onions as you want. Make sure if you're putting chicken, beef, pork, or whatever it may be, you cook that ahead of time, just like we did the onions, okay? Let me clean this up, and I'm going to show you how much of the vegetables is going in. You're going to say, wow, but you want it to be like that in order for this to turn out right, okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to open up our veggies. The whole house is smelling amazing from the gravy alone, okay? So this, let me show you. This is a 10-ounce bag. All of it goes in. All of it? Yes, absolutely. So now we're going to give this a nice mix around. I will put some onion and garlic powder right in here, okay, on purpose. And a little bit of chicken bouillon powder. Not enough to make this salty. Because really what's going to flavor this dish is the gravy that you pour all over the top. Seems like I'm moving fast today. I'm moving fast today. I mean, I'm moving fast today because I got some stuff to do after this. This is my second video of the day. All right, so now let's go ahead, put that bouillon powder in that I'm wanting. I'm not putting a lot, but that's plenty enough, okay? All right, I'm gonna go in, onion powder. Oh yeah, make that thing taste good. Garlic powder. And then the onions, really, they've cooled down enough. They're not spiking hot. I don't know if spiking hot's the word I'm looking for, but you get the gist. We don't want to turn these eggs into scrambled eggs by putting hot onions in them, right? But like I said, they've cooled down plenty enough. Let's go ahead, add them. And in the meantime, I'm going to talk about my heat. That this pan, oh, that nice sweet onion really does something special, trust me. All right, this heat is on like a medium high heat. You don't want to have it up too high. Yes, this will turn into a beautiful golden brown color, maybe a little brown color, right? Between golden brown and brown, whichever you prefer, but it gets like a nice crispy crust on the outside, different from an omelet. I keep stressing that, but the inside is soft, it's supple, it's so flavorful. It's everything your taste buds is wanting. When I come back, we're gonna take a measuring cup and we put the Egg Foo Young patties in here. They do have a tendency sometimes to spread out. So don't put a whole lot in there. Otherwise, you'll be wasting a lot of your time trying to separate them. So I may cook 2 at a time. And then you'll know when it's time to flip them over because you'll be able to look at them like this. It'll be golden brown at the bottom and then we'll flip them. Go ahead and make up our Egg Foo Young patties. I got a measuring cup here. This is a 1/3 of a cup. I may put it down, see what it's looking like. How far is it spreading out? And then put another little dollop on top, okay? So let's do it. Make sure you're grabbing everything. This is exciting. It's so much fun, and they're thick. Oh my goodness, this is what you want. Yes. Okay, so I need another little bit right on top of it. Okay, we're gonna bring that camera in close so you can see what to expect. This is what you are going to expect. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kind of hoax this over this way until I can get a circle. I want it to look a little bit more pleasingly aesthetic than what this is. So I'll fix those sides just by doing this. Let's doing what I wanted to do. Let's get that second one right in, okay? And I'm gonna put some more right on top. Lovely, this is so exciting. I can't wait. For you all is that you can see how thick and puffy this Egg Foo Young has gotten. And once you feel like, let me show you something. Now, hold on, y'all, bear with me. I'm recording myself here. Once you feel like you can really move this without tearing it or breaking it, then you can go ahead and flip it. Keeping in mind that we're looking for a nice dark color. You see like that? But I want it a little bit more darker. I'm going to get both sides, just like so. A rice, it's almost done. Gorgeous. Yes, yes, and yes. See, now what's great, this one tore on me, but it's okay because now it'll form back together and no problem. Still gonna taste good, right? You bet it is. This one out is perfectly done. We got another one going right there. We have 3. Okay, that is 2. Okay, and then look at those. We got that last batch going. We're gonna come back and make a plate And you're gonna get to taste it first. Oh, you're gonna love this. Dinner served. I'm gonna take one of these just for y'all plate, you know. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, come on. Then you get the rice. Come on. Lovely, just like this. Okay, some more rice. Okay, and now we're gonna put the gravy. All right, how exciting is this? If you wanted to put some fresh green onions on here, you know you can. Watch this. Are you kidding me? All over the Egg Foo Young. Take a look. I already done took a bite. I know. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family, tell your friends, tell everyone you know what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, on today, we thank you for this meal, your hedge of protection and your love. Amen. Getting ready to taste it. I ain't got the right utensil, but a spoon will do. My fingers would do. Yes, look, I would eat this with my hands. I'm so excited. I poured that gravy all over this. This right here is simple. It's magnificent. Make you some. You're gonna love this recipe.